Good morning or good afternoon. It snowed here quite a bit yesterday, and it's very muddy outside. It's also about 28 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour breeze out of the north, and I had a little spare time, so I thought I'd go through a process of learning that I developed that some of you all might benefit from. So here I am with a hot cup of coffee, and we're looking at FreeCAD. As the name implies, FreeCAD is free. I wanted to do a little bit of mapping, pipe mapping, and in the past I'd always used Microsoft Visio, which was very adequate for even some fairly complex piping, but it just couldn't do this. So the first step is to capture an overhead of the piping in Google Earth and then import it into FreeCAD. So that's what you're seeing here. A lot of this I did at work. I would get measurements, lots of measurements, and then a lot of the learning actually I did on my own time. Don't let that stop you, folks. We always got to keep learning. And so the beauty of FreeCAD, if you look over here, and this gets fairly complicated. And in fact, let me go ahead and turn off the base map image. And let me three-dimensional this, and then I'll just bring it all in. We'll just bring it in. You can see I have these numbered. And when it was said and done, there was basically seven different major processes, piping processes I wanted to capture. And for training, this is very useful. Let me turn on some labeling. Bring in our labels. So, let's say you have a facility that you're responsible for, semi-responsible for, and then as the years go by, as I'm sure many of us have encountered, they add more. So you may have understood it really well 5 years ago, 4 years ago. They've changed things. You have to drill down and understand the new, and you just can't go into these things with obsolete information. And as you can imagine, if you're a new hire, these kinds of things, the learning curve on these kinds of challenges is quite steep. So you can bring in somebody one-on-one, and let me hide everything except for one process. Bear with me. And we'll go to just the, let me turn off these labels too, that's kind of messy. Okay. Boom. You have your new hire. There's your station suction. This is the main inlet into the main process, inlet process. And you can step through each one of these one at a time. This would be discharged to the colors. This would be discharged to your heat exchanger. Some discharge. This is actually returned from the coolers. It gets kind of complicated. You see in a bit there's another section that goes to your aftercoolers or to your meter run. From your heat exchanger. The details of what this does is kind of irrelevant. What I'm trying to illustrate here is there's a free tool out there, FreeCAD, and even the layman can learn to use it, and then if you capture this information, you can share it with your coworkers. It's extremely useful for trainees. You can bring this in to to an overhead in a classroom, and I think this accelerates training dramatically for new employees, and it definitely doesn't hurt. Just a refresher course for your more seasoned employees, and that's about it. If you have any questions, leave comments. But beyond the amount of time you're going to invest in learning this, the software itself is free, and it's pretty. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty fun to do, and that's it for now. I'll talk at you later. Bye.